So again, you're often the one translating the vision, whether it's Vic's vision or my vision or whatever our vision is. And you sit on the leadership meetings, and so you're responsible for helping translate that vision into what the team actually does day to day. How do you do that without losing what makes the Austin location uniquely Austin?
Trusting the process, you know, and keeping to the values in the culture, and treating everybody with respect. I feel like as we grow, processes are going to change, right? And so, but that shouldn't change how we treat people, you know. So communication is a big thing. A lot of people don't like to be kept in the dark, especially when there's big changes coming along. So I, I think it's very important to let them know that these changes are coming up, and this isn't going to change how we treat our employees. It's just a better process of doing things now that we're getting, bigger. And so ultimately, it's that just keeping the values and the culture a priority when it comes to different levels of the business.
Yeah, and I think that's again because how the culture was at a $5 million or $8 million year one number, and then you guys got to 16 and it's 25. So each step is a little different, right? You got more people, you got new people coming and going. You're trying new things. So I think it's you kind of said, hey, keep things to the culture, and I think all what we're trying to tell everybody here is just always leaning back on our core values, our three
Core value.
wins, our promises, right? Those things that are hanging up. And it was so when we built the new office, and even we had it in the old office too, but I think deliberately and intentionally, I wanted to make sure when we built the new office out that it felt and looked as close to the Houston office as we could. I mean, I believe your office looks a little bit better, but I mean, so it's kind of
When
you got
everybody else
probably
that
one
comes
of
here.
you probably got one of the coolest offices in all of Wrench Group for sure. I hear it every time, but
Yeah.
I think the training room was important for me personally to make sure that it felt like our training room, just at a smaller scale. But I didn't want anybody to say, "Oh, well, Austin's treated differently," because I used to hear that a lot. Oh, look at our training room and look at their training room, and I just so it was really important for us to keep that standard and that culture to make sure it looks the same, feels the same, and
Yeah.
we operate the
Keep the
same.
connection too, because I feel like when you get older, it's easier to lose connection with some of the employees, especially the technicians that are out there. They don't come to the office as often,
Hmm.
and so keeping the connection for us is having those monthly meetings, and of course having the events, the once maybe quarter events where we have them come in for lunch. But I feel like that's just as important as you said, keeping the connection, even if it's through meetings, keeping that the line of that the line together. So I agree with that.